Hey y'all, back out here in the garage again. But this time, uh, a very clean 360 sits in front of me. Well, very clean compared to what it started out at. I mean, look at the front of this now, man. Holy cow. I mean, it's just amazing. The oven cleaner did wonders, okay? Did really, really good. And this little pressure washer here did fantastic. Green works. It's only a 1700 psi, but you know what? I picked that up yesterday. I've been hadn't ever owned a pressure washer, but I thought it was time to take the plunge. As we can see, the water jackets are looking much cleaner. There's still a little bit of crud in that one right there, and that's going to be hard to see it. A little bit of crud in that one left, but it's looking 10 times better than what it did when I started on it. So as you can see, everything here is looking tremendously better. Let me show you some of what came out of this thing. Now, let me stress something to you. Whenever you clean an engine and you're using water, be very careful. Be sure to go over all of the bearing surfaces and all of the surfaces where moisture can get into and set up rust. Let me see, like even in that, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a lifter bore right there. A little bit of rust in there. It's flash rust, but it's bad enough, you know. So I'm going to go through those with just do a light hone job on those cylinders, those lifter bores. But very, very important, yes. Coat all your cylinders down, and everything here is looking really good, though. Lots of cleaning, especially on these galleys, these oil galleys. Be sure to clean them out very, very thoroughly. You just cannot get them clean enough. Something else, these clean these water jackets up. I knocked this. Look how clean that is in there now. I don't know if you can see it or not. I mean, that's just pretty amazing, really. But here's what's even more amazing. Here's some of the stuff that came out yesterday when I was cleaning on it or day before yesterday. Then here's some more, and these are big chunks. See, I mean, it's just really big chunks that was coming out, and then there's plenty more out here. When this all dries tomorrow, I'm sure this will all be. Uh, there's some more big chunks right there. I mean, it's just that was in the cooling system. That was in the cylinder. That was in the blocks cooling water jackets. So that's the kind of thing. This is the kind of stuff that builds up in your cooling system, and it plugs up radiators. And when it does, it can cause a lot of damage. Engine overheats, won't run cool. And somebody thinks, oh, you got something wrong, or you got damaged parts, or you got this, you got defective water pump and all of this, thermostat stick in and all this kind of stuff. And you just got no flow. So, but yes, very, very important. Go over, your deck here. Any polished, or I'm saying polished steel, cast iron. It's like this right here. You want to go over that with some sort of oil. Get some sort of oil on it very, very quickly. Very, very important. Um, All you got to do, get yourself something like that. Something like the Deep Creep or something like that. And then just, here we go. You don't want to use WD-40. WD-40 just tends to dry up and evaporate. Now, regular engine oil would be excellent too. I prefer Deep Creep because it has a better, it just tends to do better, you know. But, you know, all of them, you know, will do pretty good at keeping the rust away. Now, I've kind of gotten to a point where I'm going to have to start changing out. This thing is getting so clean now that I've gotten to a point now where I'm going to have to change out my bag. I did have this really gigantic, enormous bag that was covering this. And now this thing is so clean now, I'm going to probably swap out that big old nasty bag for something probably a little smaller, probably a garbage bag from in the house, but I'm going to probably leave it uncovered for maybe several hours this evening, and then that way any moisture that's in here will have a chance to dry up and get out, because I don't want the moisture in there. Still a little bit of little pockets of crud here and there, but really, I mean, it's came along really, really well. Like I was saying the other day, yeah, engine, the easy off oven cleaner for the win. Yeah, so let's recap. My crankshaft is clean. It's ready to go. It's polished. It's clean. It's ready to go back in. The block is way cleaner. There's still a little bit of cleaning left to do. Honing, I've got to go through and I got to chase all of these bolt holes and get all the crud out of them and clean those out. And I've got to go through and I'm going to go through and lightly hone all of these lifter bores. Just do a light hone, nothing really serious. And then I'm probably going to go ahead and start ordering some parts like bearings and that sort of stuff. So anyway, there we go, man. You know, 360 is coming along. Now next is going to be cleaning these guys, which I took the oven cleaner to this the other day, this piston here, as we can see. Not bad at all. It's like, holy cow. So, and I just sprayed it with some of the oven cleaner. I didn't really douse it very well. Let it sit, and then I rinsed it off, and there you go. I mean, still kind of up in the air between using the stock pistons versus the what came with it versus some aftermarket pistons. I'm a little bit still on the fence about that. So it's just one of those things I'm going to have to think about, and ponder, I guess, on it a little bit. But anyway, just feeling here. There's the grooves. These pistons have 2 grooves that face the front, but I've got them marked anyway, too. Let's see, here's one that hasn't been cleaned. Yeah, you see the grooves there real easy, but when you clean them, you can't see them grooves real easy. So anyway, all right. Okay. Yeah, let me, some of y'all might be thinking, why in the world would I put myself through this? Why would I bother with doing this? Because, I mean, holy crap, that's a lot of work, and it's a lot of time, and it's a lot of effort to get all of that done. to do all of that cleaning. And you're right, it is. And you might say, well, you had to go and buy a pressure washer just to get this done. Well, the thing of it is that I've been needing a pressure washer for years, and I've been borrowing them for years. And so now I finally went and got that one. I know that one's sort of minuscule and everything like that, but you know what? It does pretty darn good, especially when you spray some sort of cleaner on something, prior to doing that. So anyway, I'm going to. Uh, oh, one other little thing. When you're cleaning those water jackets out, don't be afraid to use something like this right here. This is a brake line. I also used brushes, and I also used a long screwdriver. I also was using a long, thin metal rod to go in there, from the front, uh, using it in here to go into all the water jackets, putting it in the front of the block here where I've got those freeze out plugs out. But the thing is, yes, I could have turned this over and I could have let somebody else do this, some machine shop somewhere. But the thing of it is, they're charging me money to do that, and I don't mind that. I don't mind somebody making some money off of me too much. But if I can do it, then that's money I can save and I can put towards something else. So, there you go. There was a time when, people did a lot of stuff at home. They did a lot of their own work at home, and very little was hired out to anybody. So that's just something to keep in mind. If you can do some of this stuff yourself, you can save yourself some money. You might think, well, that's only $50 or $75, or maybe even $100. Well, okay, fine, but that's 50 to $100 that I could take and I could put towards some other part. Okay, I just saw on Facebook Marketplace earlier today. There's a camshaft and lifter set for sale, $150. So there you go. That's that goes a long way towards buying a camshaft. $100 does. So, anyway, all right. I'm gonna knock this video out. Been at this a while, and I'm getting kind of tired, and I'm hungry, and getting kind of late. So I'm going to. I've still got several things I got to do. Got to put that pressure washer away. Oh, if you get one of them, I don't care what kind you get, be sure don't leave it laying outside when it starts getting cold outside. Okay, it'll freeze up and bust as sure as the world. So don't do that. And but yeah, I'm going to be doing the cylinder honing the cylinders tomorrow, probably tomorrow, or maybe the day after. Lifter boards, going to hone them, clean out all the bolt holes in the block, tap, and be ordering some parts, like freeze out plugs and bearings. And I've already got gaskets, so that's nice. I might try to get some really thin head gaskets and see how that works. Try to get the compression up just a little bit. Okay. Oh, I'm going to try. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it or not, but I'm going to try and do the CCing on those heads. Let me show you. These heads here have been shaved quite a bit. And even though they're like a low compression smog head from the 70s, which I fully acknowledge that, that's what I've got to work with. They were machined years ago, and valve seats were ground like I think a 3 or a 4 angle valve valve grinding on those. It's the valves and the seats of his. And then also these were decked about 50, 60, 70 thousandths. Let's see. Okay, looky here. Let's see. Here we go. All right, here is like a stock heads. Okay, these haven't been milled. None of these guys have been milled or ground or anything. So let's go look at one of these over here. Okay, here we go. Oh, son of a gun. Okay, here we go. All right. Wow, that was almost a disaster. Almost a disaster. So I'll tell you what, let me do just a little measuring here. Maybe I can do this. Okay, so let's see. 296. Okay. So, well, it's 297 now, but you get the point. Okay, so here we go. $365. So, yeah, I mean, 365. Let's see. That's what? Or 366, maybe? Okay. 0.369. And then, so 0.369. Let me check these again. This one again, just to make sure. All right, so wow, look at that. See that gap? I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a gap right there. So we'll close it up. 292, 291. So there you go. Holy cow. All right, so I think these heads are going to make a tremendous difference, or at least a little bit of a difference in compression. Now, like I've said before, I don't have bags of money laying around where I can just spend on all kinds of high performance parts like I want, you know. So anyway, that's what we got to do. So yeah. Also going to go over these heads. They've been sitting a while, so they got a light little fine coat of rust all over them. I've been oiling these down though, so to keep them from rusting or anything. But they've been getting a little fine coat of rust, so I'm going to be going over all of them and cleaning them all up. I'm also going to try to do some porting on these heads too as well. So I've done porting work before years and years and years ago, but well, I'm saying years and years ago, it was like 2012, 2011 maybe. So, there you go. All right, so that's pretty much it for this video. As I'm doing stuff, I'll bring you updates, show you everything I'm doing, and hopefully I have inspired you to get out there in the garage and get to work on your own stuff, okay? Because that's what this channel's all about. All right, so let's try to inspire each other, you know, do all that good stuff, you know, rah, 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 you know, all that, okay? But no, seriously, thank you for watching. And, you know, if you got any questions, comments, ideas, anything, put them down below. I love reading that stuff. I love the interaction. A lot of fun. And so, thank you very much. And God bless.